Hare Krishna, welcome. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. So we'll do a quick check again to make sure that we have, you are all able to hear me. Just
Yes, Guruji.
okay, so you are able to hear everything. Okay. Also the sound levels. Yes. Okay. All right. So Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Vanja kalpatarupcheta kripa sindhupya cha paritanam pavanepyo vaishnavepyo namo namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Trivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Welcome everyone for this. This is the Thursday. Thursday we are planning to do in a different way, in the sense we are reading the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but then if you really see our way that we are planning to do is, yes, this is the slide that we are just discussing actually. If you really see the slide, you will see that Chaitanya Charitamrita we are doing 2 days, Monday and the Tuesday. Very short. It's like a daily dose kind of thing, just to do 35 minutes. Actually, it goes to 35 minutes because 5 minutes I am taking for this, the introduction, etc. That's all. So 30 minutes effective reading. So then Wednesday, I'm thinking probably we should be really bringing some of the main, things from the holy dhams. We should probably, some Mahatmyas of, for holy dhams. Like we have Navadvip Mahatmya is there, then also Vrindavan Mahimamrita is there. They're all very, very wonderful. It's amazing, very tasty. Okay, so that also short we can do on Wednesday. So this way we'll have varieties. So then Bhakti, okay, then to Thursday we are doing Bhakti studies. Is basically we are reading Shastras, but only in a highlighted way, not in a way that we really delve into like Jaiva Dharma or something. So that those things will be on Saturday. Friday is break. Friday only for the Tamil people. Friday is no English class at all. Friday is break because the weekend kind of. Now Saturday is is a little heavy. Saturday is heavy. There is no doubt about that because we have to get some high like in depth. The Sunday is actually very easy. The easiest is Sunday Harikatha because mostly we'll be dealing with Bhagavad Gita and something from Bhagavatam here and there, and adding to this so that for the general people, especially we have to accommodate the children also. And now because we have because Sunday Harikatha, people from other like outside also come into the temple and then attend there in Nigeria and then also Kanyakumari, etc. So that is why we are catering like this. So today what I am thinking is we can go over this particular one, some of the jewels that we can actually bring that up. So today that I thought was we can do Stava Vali. Stava Vali was actually written by Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami. So this Raghunatha Das Goswami is not ordinary. Why we are actually going with that? Because if you see Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. So Raghunatha Das Goswami is the Acharya for Abhideya. So he is very high, very, very high. And it is also, we have to really take some of the high class sastras, whatever he has composed, and then read some of them. So here, we are here today to really read Stava Vali, written by Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami. So before we really go and read this Stava Vali, which basically, here we go, this is what I am reading, is there are a lot of portions. He did not really write a complete thing as one shot in the sense, but it is all having segment by segment. But before we get into that, we need to also have a little bit glorification about Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami. So we can best and most authoritatively learn about the life of Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami by reading Chaitanya Charitamrita actually. In the Adi Leela, it is written that Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami, the 46th branch of the tree, bigger tree means it's Chaitanya tree. So he is one of the dear servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very, very, very dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in fact, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu donated many things, including his Kunjamala, then also his Kunjamala, and also small Govardhan Shila, and so many things he really gave, because he was so affectionate to Raghunatha Das Goswami, who really was born as a very, very, very rich. He was born in a very rich family, but he threw everything completely and then ran out of his family life, and then he really took the shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And who gave Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him under the shelter of Sri Swarupa Damodara. Swarupa Damodara. Okay, anyway. So when Raghunatha Das Goswami approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri, the Lord gave him to the care of under the care of Swarupa Damodara. Who was Swarupa Damodara? Swarupa Damodara was Lalita Devi. Okay, so because also this Swarupa Damodara was actually a secretary, kind of secretary to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Everything that actually comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to be first cleared by Swarupa Damodara. Otherwise, it will never go. So that was arrangement. Anyway, so because of this unique opportunity, they both engaged in the confidential service of the Lord, who Swarupa Damodara and also the Raghunatha Das Goswami. So he rendered service, service continuously for 16 years at Jagannath Puri, and then after the disappearance of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and also Swarupa Damodara, they really left this planet. He left Jagannath Puri and went to Vrindavan. So then he took the shelter at Vrindavan. So Raghunatha Das Goswami intended to go to Vrindavan to see the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami there. And then because he could not bear the separation of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he could not bear the separation of Swarupa Damodara, he really came to Vrindavan to actually, the purpose of coming to Vrindavana is very, very, very strange. He wanted to kill himself because he could not bear the separation from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarupa Damodara. This is the divine world. See, the divine world is so affectionate, so loving, and anyone who has got a glimpse of this spiritual world, they want to really give up this body. So that means you can understand how high and how sweet the spiritual worlds are. Anyway, so he wanted to see Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, and then how jumping from Govardhan Hill. So he came to Vrindavan, then visited Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami and offered them his obeisances. Then the two brothers came to know that he intended to really jump from Giri Govardhan and leave his body. And they did not allow him to die. So they were convincing, if giving up the body is really going to really help in spiritual way, then we are ready to give our body also. No, we should not do that. We have to use this for the seva to continue, and when the time comes, automatically Lord will actually call us back. So he got convinced, and these Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami accepted him as their third brother and kept him in their company. And because Raghunath Das Goswami was an assistant to Swarupa Damodara, who was Lalita Devi, he knew way more about the external and internal features of the pastimes of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, the two brothers, Rupa and Sanatana, always used to hear of this from him. Raghunath Das Goswami gradually gave up all food. But even though he said, yes, I am all right, I will keep the soul in this body, but I am not going to be really eating as I used to. So every day he used to take only just like kind of a few drops only, like a palm full of buttermilk for the whole day. That's all. But as a daily duty, what was he doing? He regularly offered 1,000 obeisances to the Lord. 1,000 times he will give Dandavat Pranams. We have problem giving Dandavat Pranam even few times in a day. And also, every day, he chanted at least 100,000 holy names, which comes to 64 rounds. And he offered obeisances to 2,000 Vaishnavas. He will thinking, Vaishnava Thakura, and then one Dandavat Pranam. Another, Vaishnava Thakura, another Dandavat Pranam. Another Dandavat Pranam. How many Dandavat Pranam? 2,000 every day. So 1,000 Dandavat Pranams to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and 2,000 Dandavat Pranams to Vaishnavas. But where the strength coming from? For them, the strength does not come from food or, they don't need anything to eat. Only a palm full of buttermilk every day. But it is said that I am doing it's only few drops. That means, very little. Day and night he rendered service within his mind to Radha Krishna. So the remaining time, what was he doing? Here people are really don't have any time to even watch the soap opera, politics, sports. This is how people are spending the time. But look at what we are learning from these Mahabhagavats. So even after this, whatever the remaining time, he is actually doing Manasa Seva. Always in his mind, Seva to Radha Krishna. And then even after that, because he was sleeping only sometimes no sleeping. Maximum that he was sleeping was 1.5 hours in his life there in Vrindavan. The maximum time that he has ever slept was 1.5 hours. That is maximum. And many times, no, he won't sleep at all. And then all these activities that we talked about, chanting 1 lakh names, 1,000 Dandavat Pranams to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then 2,000 Dandavat Pranams to Vaishnavas, and then Manasa Seva throughout the night and day. And then again, he used to give every day 3 hours a day discourses about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to other devotees. So here, when we are actually just going through our weekly program, of the 7 days program, only 6 days we have for English, only 1 day is for Friday is for only for Tamil, And people are complaining that, oh, isn't it that they will get bored? They have better thing to do. They have far better thing to do in life. That's what some argument came. And look at how wretched condition that we are in. See, look at it, horrible. This is horrible. That means, will we ever even think about even Vaikunta? Can we think about? No. Because we are fallen. We cannot. Because if we are thinking that our most important thing is to our career, our relations, our food, our sleep, our life here in a comfortable way, living in a very comfortable house, everything comfort, and then we are thinking that we are planning to go to Goloka. Goloka. How is it possible? And Raghunatha Das Goswami used to take 3 times bathing only in Radhakunda Lake. That time it was a small. In the beginning it was not small. Then only he later, built like what we see today. And when he is actually taking bath and also whatever he was doing, as soon as he finds a Vaishnava residing in Vrindavana, he just, he just happens to see him, he would embrace him and he will fall at his feet. He will think, oh, you are the great Vaishnava. So he always engaged himself in devotional service for more than 22.5 hours a day. And for less than 2 hours he slept. Although on some days that also was not possible to get any sleep. He was always busy in his spiritual endeavor, spiritual seva. So, in a purport, Srila Prabhupada has written. He's written that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has written in his Anubhashya about Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami. So he was born in a Kashyastha family as the son of Govardhana Majumdar, who was the younger brother of the then Jamindar, Hiranya Majumdar. So basically very like a kingly family. The village where he took birth is known as Sri Krishnapura. On the railway line between Calcutta and Burdwan is a station named Trisabaga. Okay, now it is known as Adi Saptagrama. And about 1.5 miles away is the village of Sri Krishnapura, where the parental home of Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami was situated. A small temple of Sri Radha Govinda is still there. But in front of the temple is a large open area, but no large hall for devotees to assemble. A rich Calcutta gentleman named Haricharana Ghosha, who resided in the Simla quarter, recently repaired the temple. The entire temple compound is surrounded by walls, and in a small room just to the side of the temple is a small platform on which Raghunatha Das Goswami used to worship the deity. By the side of the temple is the dying river Saraswati. But anyway, so the forefathers of Srila Raghunatha Goswami were all Vaishnavas and were very rich men. Very rich. His spiritual master at home, because his guru was actually Yadunandana Acharya. Although Raghunatha Das was a family man, he had no attachment to his estate, and he got married, but he never looked at his wife because it was a forced marriage. Seeing his tendency to leave home, his father and uncle engaged special bodyguards to watch over him. We remember like who is another one we have is our Narottam Das Thakur, very similar again. See, all our Goswamis and Acharyas uniquely appeared, sometimes mostly in a very rich family, and then they ditched everything out and then became pauper. Why they do that? Why they had to be born in like that? Because to teach us the lesson. This is the reality. You are really running after stools. This is not good. That is why when the same Raghunatha Das Goswami came out, he escaped from his family, even though there were so many bodyguards were really engaged to watch over him. Nevertheless, he managed to escape their vigilance and went away to Jagannath Puri to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he really met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was 1439, something like that. And first thing that he told, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told was, wow, I am so glad that you really escaped from the pit of stool. Well, this is the very same word that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami. I am so glad that you could really get away from that stinging pit of stool. See, that means for a divine personality, a household life full of these funny relations, there are no relations actually in reality, and going after career after career and after career and looking for comfort and money and this and everything, it is compared to the pit of the stool. That is exactly what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told. Anyway, coming to our story now, Raghunatha Das Goswami, when he was in Vrindavan, he compiled 3 books. One is Stava Mala, or actually Stava Mala, there is another book also called Stava Mala, was composed by Sri Rupa Goswami. I have that right there at the back. So I was thinking of actually covering that, but I just picked this one for now. So we will be going through so many scriptures. And yes, so Stava Vali is the one we are covering. We are reading now. We haven't started reading anything yet, because today probably we will see how much time we will have, and then we will be able to touch something. Then Dana Charita and Mukta Charita. So these are the 3 great composition that was done by Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami. Actually, he lived for a long time, residing for most of his lifetime in Radhakunda only. So the place where Raghunatha Das Goswami performed his devotional service still exists in Radhakunda. If you go there, you go there, because this you cannot miss. His Samadhi Mandir, and which was also the Bhajan Kutir, there 24 hours a day, that Harinama Sankirtan will be all going on there. He is very, 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 very high in devotion. Not ordinary. That is why he is the Acharya of the Prayojana Tattva. The place where Raghunatha Das Goswami performed his devotional service still exists in Radhakunda. He almost completely gave up eating. And therefore, he was very, very skinny and weak. And health-wise, of course, he was not healthy. Weak, very weak health. But he was surviving. Because for them, a healthy life is not what they are looking for. They are ready to toss this body at any time. Anytime. In fact, they will be looking forward for that, to really go back. So his only concern was to chant the holy names of the Lord. That was the only thing. We are reading all these things. We are hearing so many things. And generally, people have aptitude of trying to learn. This is called Jnana Upati. You know what is Jnana Upati? I want to read that scripture. I want to read this scripture. I want to know about this one. This is like, people normally, without reading newspaper, they will go crazy. Headache will come. But when that kind of things comes into the spiritual endeavor also, trying to read too many things is the vacho vegam. It's nothing but just gossip only. We want to hear. And sees everything, knows everything. First of all, we have to stop the urge to really speak. Speak means all these mundane things. That's what the Upadeshamrita means. You speak only about the glories of the devotees, glories of the Lord. And Why you are doing is because you have to advance in chanting. That is why Gurudev says that. If you are going to preach, 64 rounds is minimum. 128 is better. 64 rounds minimum. And you must have read these Jeva Dharma. It's not a joke, I will tell you. Okay, today, Pratimana Prabhu is sick actually. He just texted, otherwise he knows that too. Gurudev told. How many times? 42 times you must have read Jeva Dharma. 42 times. I read 108 times. Have you read 42 times? No. You cannot preach. So this is how their rule is. And why, if all these preachings and everything is not going to help me in really bringing my ruchi to the highest level? The ruchi of holy name is what is important. So his only concern was to chant the holy name of the Lord as much and cry. That was the reason he reduced his sleeping until he was almost not sleeping at all. But here on the other hand, how can we compare our lives? We live to eat. And they don't even eat to live. See what a contrast that we are seeing from the life histories of our acharyas. And it is also said that his eyes used to be always full of tears. And when Srinivasa Acharya went to Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami, the Goswami, Raghunatha Das Goswami blessed him by embracing him. And Srinivasa Acharya requested his blessings for preaching in Bengal. And Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami granted them. In the Gaura Ganodesha Deepika, it is stated that Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami was formerly the gopi named Rasamanjari, and also sometimes it is said that he was Rati Manjari. Sometimes these all the names of all the Manjaris are, sometimes it is really confusing, because first of all, Acharyas will never tell the identity to anyone until they are ready to leave this world. It is there, that's a norm. And it is also sometimes the same Manjari. Okay, there are two things that we have to understand. Same Manjari also sometimes have multiple names. In fact, Rupa Manjari has another name. My memory is bad, that's the only problem. Two names, another name is also there. Is that Tulasi Manjari? Maybe that's what it is. She has another one. Yes, Tulasi Manjari probably. That's it. So here, okay, so a Manjari can have multiple names. And also, in a divine personalities, multiple Manjaris can get inside. This is beauty. This is beauty. This is why understanding the spiritual dimension is not easy for everybody. This is very high. Very, very high. And we know, in Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakura, in his body there were three souls living. One was Prahlad Maharaj, other one was Lord Brahma, and third one there was actually a soul of a Vaishnava who really did some blunder in worshipping the Lord Vishnu by not washing the Tulasi. So he was cursed by his father to be born in a degraded family. So he was born along with in the same place. Or because Haridas Thakur appeared in the Muslim family. So anyway, so he's called Rasamanjari, and also sometimes he was also Rati Manjari. So this is always, you have to be very careful, because the real, this thing is not by knowing the names, memorizing the names. Only when we have the spiritual achievement, that means when you really come to the Baba Bhakti, then does not matter whether you remember or not. It is, you are living with them. And it's different. It's completely different world altogether. But we are trying to understand. But with this material dimension, how can we understand? We are trying. That's all we are trying to do. Anyway, this Stava Vali is a collection of many groups of prayers composed by Srila Raghunatha Goswami. By carefully reading these prayers, one has a close look at the mentality of an exalted devotee, completely immersed in the feelings of separation from Srimati Radha and Krishna. And not only them, and from his spiritual masters. Because this Vibralamba is not only that, you are missing from the Lordship. You are missing from so many. Your own dear, your own spiritual master, your own Guru Varga, everybody is there gone. So the feeling of separation is not only with the deities, the Lord Radha Krishna, but also spiritual masters. And he did not have even a tinge of desire for enjoyment of these material senses. So he is not independent. He is not doing anything independent from the Lord's wish. Anyway, so that was a short summary. Wow, that itself took 30 minutes. Wow. Okay, we haven't gone even the first one, but I will just we'll do just 3 minutes. I'll show you. So now here, this Raghunatha Goswami composed this Stava Vali has many components, I said. Sri Sachi Soonmashtaka, that's the first one I thought we could get in. Sri Gauranga Stava Kalpa Vriksha, Sri Mana Shiksha, which everybody knows, you all know. Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswamina Prarthana, Sri Govardhana Ashraya Dasaka, Sri Govardhana Vasa Prarthana Dasaka, Sri Radha Kundashtaka, Sri Vilapa Kusumanjali, yes, that is separately also is available. Braja Vilasa Stava, Sri Prema Purabidha Stotra, Sri Grandha Kartuk Prarthana, Sri Swaniyama Dasaka, Sri Radhika Stotra Sadas Nama Stotra, that is 108 names of Radhika. Sri Radhika Ashtaka, Sri Prema Marandakya Stavad Raja, Sri Swa Angalpa Rakasha Stotra, Sri Radha Krishna Jwala Kushuma Keli, Sri Prarthanamrita, Sri Navashtaka, Sri Gopala Raja Stotra, Sri Madana Gopala Stotra, Sri Vishakha Nahadibitya Stotra, Sri Mukunda Ashtaka, Sri Utkanda Dasaka, Sri Navayuva Dvandva Ditrikshashtaka, Sri Abhishta Prarthana Ashtaka, Sri Dana Nirvartana Kundashtaka, Sri Prarthana Ashraya Chadurda Dasaka, Abhishta Suchanam. And there are few more small things also. They are not really compiled in this book. So now with that said, at least we will read just one prayer out of this Sri Sachi Soon Ashtaka. 8 prayers glorifying the son of Sachi Devi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hari Drishtva Goshte Mukurakatam Atmanam Matulam Swamaduryam Radha Priyatara Saki Vaptum Abhitaha Aho Gaude Jata Prabhu Rapara Gauraika Danubak Sachi sunu kim me nayanam Sharanim yashyati punaha. So, this actually corresponds to a particular incident that happened when in Braja. What is the meaning? Harihi, Lord Krishna, Durushva, you are seeing. Goshte in Braja, Mukuragatam means be a mirror. Atmanam, himself. Atulam, incomparable. Swamaduriyam, one own sweetness. He is seeing his own sweetness in a mirror, reflected. That's exactly what you are seeing there in the picture. And she was wondering, Swamaduriyam, what a sweetness. And then he thinking, this is the sweetness that Radharani will be tasting. Radha, Priyatara, most dear Radharani, Saki friend, Iva like Abtum to attain Abita completely. Aha. Gaudiya in Bengal, Jata born. So with that desire to really enjoy, to really taste the mood that Radharani is really relishing by seeing me, how he is going into Madana Modak, he's Mahabhava. Modanakya Mahabhava, he goes all the way high. How is it possible? I want to taste that. So he was born in Bengal, Gaudiya, Jata born, Prabhu the Lord, Apara Gaureka Thanubag, with an incomparable golden complexion. How? The son of Sachi Devi, Sachi Sunagu. Whether Kim, Kim of me, Nayana of my eyes, Sharanam to the path. Oh, let that be there in my eyes all the time. Will Lord Hari, who, when he saw his own incomparable sweetness in the mirror in Braja, in order to become like his dearest friend Radha, to taste, he took her golden form and took birth in Bengal as the son of Sachi Devi. Oh, when he will be again walking in front of my eyes? Because remember, he came to Vrindavan after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also Swarupa Damodar, everybody left. And he came here to kill himself, as I mentioned. But then because Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami were pacifying him, no, don't die. You really do serve. Sir, you are also our brothers. So we are now 3 brothers. No? So with that, we'll stop here. And what is the summary of this today, whatever you have heard is, our life, we are thinking that we are devotional, but we are actually wretched. Compared to all the acharyas, we are wretched, but we have all kinds of petty desires, thinking that I am devotionally very high. I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. What nonsense that we have in our brain. Only Guru's order is the only one we have to do. Other than that, there is nothing in this world that we, should really even think about doing anything by ourselves. So this is the lesson that we really hear from this life history of Sri Raghunatha Goswami. Tomorrow we will, not tomorrow, maybe. I will say, so treasures are there, but only when Gurudev desires, because somehow or other, for inspiration, he showed you this. Oh, this is what it is. This is another one. I just grasped it. Okay, maybe we'll give a try. Whatever Gurudev desires, we can hear only that. We don't have any desires of our own. So with that, I will complete here. Vanja kalpa taripchacha kripa sindhupya evacha paditanam bhavanepyo vaishnavepyo namo namaha. All glories to Srila Gurudev. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Parampara. And all glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All right. Okay. Any questions? Anyone who has questions, who can actually stay. Otherwise, you can, because you will have your schedules. Okay. Any question?
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
other thing is also like the manjaris can be in different Goswamis too. Like I mean, like they can appear in different.
Different. Yeah. Because they have the power. And also another one is why Raghunath Das Goswami, not only Raghunath Das Goswami, if you see all the manjaris in the line, for them, the sleep is not necessary. Because in the spiritual dimensions, manjaris don't sleep. So they are actually empowered. They are empowered so that without sleep, they will flourish. Actually, sleep is not necessary. It's the sleep is really mandatory for only for the human beings. Here of course in all the material beings, materially born beings. Without that, there is no way they cannot sleep, because you see, one can really live without food or water for several days, but without sleep, they will crash immediately and very soon. So because the sleep is the time they really recharge their vital force. This is another theory in the naturopathy, and also there in Bhagavad Gita it is there too. But anyway, yes, to answer your question, yes, same Manjari can manifest in different spiritual different bodies. It is possible, and multiple Manjaris can be in one body. And now you can also see that in the spiritual topics, we may hear that so and so Manjari descended on the divine body of so and so saint. See that Manjari also descends. And previously, there was he was just an ordinary person. Like the Satyavesha avatar, that we know that Lord empowers some soul. So that way, he is acting on behalf of the Lord. He is almost like the Lord. He actually speaks, because the Lord speaks through him. Satyavesha avatar is like that. Because, for example, Jesus Christ, Satyavesha avatar. So Jesus Christ sometimes saying, I am the Lord, he says. But who is talking, they don't know. Christians have no idea who is talking. That is the Lord himself is talking through him. And then another time, he is not really, the Lord is not talking, he is talking. Oh, my Pita is there in the heaven, these planets. So now he is talking. Now Jiva is talking, and the other time that was actually Bhagavan who is talking. But nobody knows who is talking when. This is why everybody get confused. So anyway, coming to this Manjari topic, yes, it is very, very strange phenomena that we cannot understand. Okay, so when the Lord selects somebody, especially Radharani, he can actually say that, okay, all right, so and so Manjari is now descend on him, and that's it. He really empowered, and now he really acts. Now that is that Manjari only. He acts like that. So that is why if we see Radha Kunda, there are a lot of genuine Babajis. There are a lot of genuine Babajis are there. But there are so many not genuine. They have a lot of problems. But they are all different Manjaris, dissensions only. Anyway, that's that topic. I don't want to really get into that. But in a nutshell, yes. In spiritual dimension, so many things are possible. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. How can there be a class without any question from Damodar Prabhu? Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My question is that I just want to ask a question about, about Om. You said Om is among material. Can you be able to understand? But when we want to recite prayer, when we finish prayer, we want to Om Vishnu Padaya Paramamsa Parikata Starash Krishna Bhakti Vedanta Narang Goswami Maharaj. Why Om still exists?
No, Om is, why Om? Yeah, so Om is not necessary. If you see our books, printed books, there won't be any Om. Om is a Mangal. It's a Mangal because we are actually taking Mahamantra as the topmost. The mantra, any other mantra that we talk about, including this Om, they are all subordinate to this Mahamantra. So it's not necessary, but as a lingual thing that because there when you say om blah 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 like that, it only adds mangala. So we are not against om because we are higher than om, but there is no problem in saying in chanting om, but it's not necessary because we have taken shelter under the Maha Mantra, so we don't have to say om. But if we say om, no harm.
Krishna Gurudev, thank you very much for the Hare Krishna.
Anything else? Any other question? Okay. All right. Okay. So tomorrow what day is again? Oh, that is Thursday. Okay. Sorry, Friday.
Friday, Guruji.
Friday. I am leaving. I don't know where I am leaving, but anyway. Yeah, Friday only one Tamil class. There is no English class. It's only Tamil class. That is anyway. So I will be. I'll be sending the notice. So okay. So Navakishori, you are leaving today to India, and then so when are you coming back?
Next Saturday, Guruji, following Saturday.
Okay. So until then, but anyway, meanwhile, my eye operation is going to be on Monday. So until Sunday, we have the regular program. Everything will be running. But again, depending on the situation, I may not be able to see any screen. So depending on how it is, at least 1 week I cannot do anything. So I will send something soon. Maybe on Sunday I will send some notices what we can do. So the temples can be really having program their own in that week. So we'll see. But this Sunday until Sunday, no problem. We have program. Okay. Hare Krishna.